Destiny has its own secret group, its own Federal Bureau of Control if you've played Control. A department that has existed for a very long time, and whose job is to study anomalies in reality, language, and how to contact extraterrestrial forces. As we approach our next adventure, secrets about this group have been spilling through the cracks, and today we discuss their mysteries, what we know so far. So I've made a video on this group and we've talked about it in previous videos. But since we're a week away, I thought it'd be a nice time to summarize what we know, mashing some of those lore entries from previous videos together. Just during the launch trailer, I've seen many comments like, wait, this looks just like Control, or what's up with this time period, why is Destiny doing this? So it seems like a lot of people who could have been new players or players who just haven't been around were confused. So welcome Guardians, let's talk about the Department of External Observations. The information we have on this so far comes from a couple of different places. First, we have the Collector's Edition lore pages. I'm sure the editions will be shipping soon and we'll be able to dive into the lore book even further, but even from the couple of preview images we're able to break down some information. And community member Cody at Work has a nice post which we talked about in a previous video that translates and upscales the text from the booklet. The launch trailer shows us the same logo of this group, and Bungie gave us a new lore entry in their weekly update a couple of weeks ago, so let's take a look even further. The first page gives us a full entry, a letter from a director of the Department of External Observations to a guy named Mr. Yero. Mr. Yero, it is my great pleasure to formally welcome you to the Department of External Observations. I enjoyed our conversation after your presentation at the Linguistic Society of America last year, and I believe your expertise in analyzing and integrating novel languages will be of great use to our work here at the department. The world is changing around us every moment, but there is a great, mysterious shape on the horizon, whose shadow has only just begun to draw closer. I believe that with your help, we will be well positioned to receive it. Welcome aboard, Mr. Yero. I look forward to what you will achieve. Sincerely, William Moffat, Director, Department of External Observations. This letter is from the Department of External Observations, which seems to study strange phenomena, things outside the normal world, or maybe even reality. Mr. Yero is a newly welcomed member or has just seemed to join the department, maybe a new job for him. And he seems to be hired because of his skills in studying language. So it seems a goal here was trying to communicate with something on the horizon, something alien that they didn't understand. Also getting arrival vibes. If an alien species did approach us, how would we even communicate with it? The question is, what is this in reference to? Was it the Black Fleet? Was it the Nine, or something completely different? The Nine, though, do make sense given they are just streams of consciousness. They would try and find a way to interact with that, and maybe Mr. Yero could help them. So overall from that card it gives us two names, William Moffat, the director of this department, and Mr. Yero, this new hiree. No confirmation at all, but what if Mr. Yero is Lodi's real name? Just a random thought. There's also a second page translated by Cody, which is a little harder to read and gives some basic information. We don't know what year, we don't know who is sending this letter, but whoever it is says they are somewhere they don't understand, that it looks like this was all a mistake. They can't speak, but in this dream, wherever they are, they don't have to speak. Whatever they're interacting with understands them. If the text is correct here, the subject says that something is trying to communicate with them. They try to talk to me, but I don't understand. I think, but I start to vanish. My torso is blank. They are so loud. In the hidden, trying to show the date is, and then all of it cuts off. Bungie purposefully probably blocking out some of the text with the other collector's edition items. So someone maybe from this department, perhaps even Mr. Yero himself, seems to have communicated with something in a dream, or was trying to. There does seem to be a connection to the first lore page we read though in language, trying to decipher what's being told from this strange entity or many of them. Just with that hint, it's likely that it is Mr. Yero in the card.
I'm staying with the locals for a while. Time distortions all over this place. The Elixni make it hard to traverse further out. Fascinating, aren't they? You know, the language structure is similar to Finnish. Keep an eye out for the House of Exiles. They didn't like me getting close with my recorder.
So given this DLC is about the Nine, it could be safe to assume that Mr. Yero is speaking to the Nine. And the Nine themselves wanted something. Want Mr. Yero to do something. We see something happens with his own torso and then the text gets garbled together. So was this truly a dream this person had? Or was it a state of experiment where Mr. Yero could interact with said alien force? This might be the look at the beginning of Lodi's interactions with the Nine and how he specifically got transported to Kepler. The Nine wanted to speak with somebody, experiment with him and maybe even humans. Maybe this was the earliest test of something like that. Way before Zur and Orin. This seems to be even before the collapse. Connect that to these strange images we've seen of Lodi from the trailer, getting split in various forms, seen rising through the collapse as the pyramids are in the background. And then of course that icebreaker lore, where it told us that Hake's Golden Age predecessor had a terrestrial office in what was once the city of Chicago. They were involved in the development of gravity-based weapons. Furthermore, in the vault of that same facility, Shayera the Warlock found weapons mounted on the walls, prototype firearms, alien weapons, and unrecognizable technology from across Sol. So given the icebreaker released with Vesper's host, which has connections to Lodi and the Edge of Fate, is this Hake predecessor connected to the Department of External Observations? And with all of that too, where does the Aeon Initiative come into play? Was the Aeon Initiative its own sort of group, or a mission from a department like this that was sent out to study strange displacements in time and reality? The Aeon Initiative terminal from the ARG at the end of Heresy told us the purpose of Aeon, the Apollo Intertemporal Observation Network. Their goal was to identify places in the universe where time doesn't behave normally. Their mission said they were dedicated utterly to the pursuit of the truth of the universe and unbound by what has come before. Aeon studied trans-Neptunian objects that cluster in ways not explainable by the gravity of the bodies here in Sol. They calculated the size of a planet that should exist in this space, causing all these weird anomalies, and this was likely Kepler. The Apollo Intertemporal Observation Network notes and logs data on time dilation and other anomalies across the visible universe, separating the chafe of normal light speed travel time from other more serious mismatches. There is a place where the numbers do not match. We have seen it. We will see it. Aeon is clearly involved with Kepler. Aeon also had connections to Clovis Bray. So that makes me wonder where this department comes into play. Maybe the department was pre-Golden Age and was the very beginning of all of this, it eventually morphing into a Clovis Bray project and even Ishtar during the Golden Age. We see remnants of Ishtar Collective and Ishtar Research Labs on the train in the new DLC.
Vesper Station Administrative Core reactivated. I've got the archive of Dr. Bray's published staff memos. Petabytes of data in the raw files. Rasputin? The Stoneworm Protocols? The Aeon Initiative? Soteria? I had siblings this whole time. And you never let me know.
Don't tell if you'd like a hand with that data, my dear. My agents may be amateur splicers at best, but they get the job done.
So just a few weeks ago, Bungie started adding some lore entries into their weekly updates. Kinda like they did back in Into the Light with the raid gauntlets telling us different stories about the raid bosses. The entry Bungie gave us talks about this group again, and a mysterious, anomalous black binder found at a testing site. Incident Archive, Item 0881957. Classification Anomalous Object, filed by Audit Agent Perry. A leather-bound binder, locked by a numeric code. Black, filled with documentation regarding blank, space, and blank. The binder is scarred with an unknown residue, like rubberized mold. An addition has been made to the pages, within blank. Otherwise, the binder itself appears to retain its original properties and pages. Contains classified information. Information has been stricken from this audit. Agents may request access directly from Director Moffat. Report. A Department of External Observation binder disappeared from a DOE test site. On March 20-something of 19 blank, an anomalous object was found in the back lot outside Site 7 on the ground. It has been confirmed on 3 separate occasions that this object is, in fact, the very same blank binder that the Internal Institute initiated this audit to recover. There is no missing information, but the DEO cannot assume the information within has not been copied, and the addition to the binder's contents brings up questions of its origin. The II will transfer investigation of this matter to a more appropriate internal department equipped to analyze temporal blank. So we see more connections. Mr. Moffat is mentioned again, who appears to be the director of this department, the one who wrote the letter to Mr. Yero sort of recruiting him. A secure classified binder belonged to the Department of External Observations. It disappeared mysteriously from a test site, then reappeared days later in a different location with strange residue and added content. It was covered in some strange substance compared to rubberized mold. Maybe it has something to do with the dark matter we'll find on their new destination. They say it was untouched, it seemed, the lock still intact, all the content there, but something else was added to the pages. The director, Moffat, wouldn't disclose any of these specifics. So it seems that there's some time anomaly stuff that was going on here, and the binders seem to shift through reality, changing location and information through time. Who was it though? That's the question. Was it Lodi? Did the 9 make changes? We currently aren't sure. But Guardians, there you have some updated information about the Department of External Observations, Destiny's sort of control group. This is what we currently know so far, and once we get the Collector's Edition lore, I'll probably make an updated video. But if you'd like to see some more Destiny news, lore, and mysteries just like this video, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.